First experience.
After turning the power switch and the emergency stop button on the right side of the machine to the on position, as shown, wait for the application to open. The machine will be in alarm mode every time it is powered on. Click the Home button and wait for the machine to complete its movement. Set the step size to 100 millimeters and the feed rate to 1000 millimeters per minute. Then click the Z- button once. Set the step size to 50 millimeters and click the Z- button once. Set the step size to 10 millimeters and the feed rate to 500 millimeters per minute. Then click the X- button once. Set the step size to 100 millimeters and click the X- button 3 times. You can also perform the same movement by setting the step size to 300 millimeters and clicking the X- button once. As a result of this movement, the machine will reach the limit on the X-axis and enter alarm mode. To exit alarm mode, click the Reset button first, and then click the Unlock button. Observe that the machine is now in idle mode. Set the step size to 50 millimeters and click the X+ button once. To move away from the limit switch, you need to move at least 5 millimeters in the opposite direction of the axis that reached the limit. Set the step size to 10 millimeters and the feed rate to 300 millimeters per minute. Click the Z- button and then click the Z+ button, without changing the step size and feed rate values. Click the X+ button and then click the X- button. Observe that the machine can move in all 4 directions. If you send a new movement command before Rownd has completed the previous movement, Rownd will queue all of these movements and continue moving until the last command has been completed. To test this, set the feed rate to 100 millimeters per minute and click the Z+ button once. Before the movement is completed, click the Z- button once and observe that the machine returns to its previous position without stopping. Set the feed rate to 300 millimeters per minute and click the diagonal direction button in the upper right corner once. Thanks to the diagonal direction buttons, the machine can move at a 45-degree angle in the selected direction. You can also test the other diagonal direction buttons in the same way. For the safety of the next steps, make sure that you click each diagonal direction button once. To test the spindle movement, click the plus button under the RPM bar and set it to 250 RPM. Then click the Start button. Observe that the spindle rotates clockwise. Click the Stop button and observe that the spindle stops. Click the Start button again. Then click and hold the plus button. Observe that the spindle speed increases. When you click the minus button, observe that the spindle speed decreases. Click the Stop button to stop the spindle. You can also set the spindle speed by clicking any point on the RPM bar, or you can increase and decrease the speed by dragging the bar. Click the Stop button to stop the spindle. Tap the upper left direction button on the RPM bar. Set 250 RPM with plus and press Start. The chuck rotates counterclockwise. Press Stop and confirm it stops. Then tap the upper right direction button and set 250 RPM. Set the step size to 20 millimeters and the feed rate to 100 millimeters per minute. Click the Z plus button once. Before the movement is completed, click the Feed Hold button. Observe that the machine stops and enters hold mode. Click the Cycle Start button and observe that the movement continues until it is completed. While the machine is moving, it will be in run mode. After the movement is completed, stop the chuck by clicking the Stop button. Set the spindle speed to 250 RPM. And click the X plus button once. Before the movement is completed, click the Reset button. And observe that the machine enters alarm mode. To exit alarm mode, click the Reset button first, and then click the Unlock button. Observe that the machine returns to idle mode. Set the spindle speed to 250 RPM. Set the step size to 10 millimeters and the feed rate to 100 millimeters per minute. Then click the X minus button once. Before the movement is completed, open the machine door. Observe that the machine stops and enters door mode. Close the door, then click the Reset and Unlock buttons in order. Observe that the machine returns to idle mode. Set the spindle speed to 250 RPM again. Click the X minus button once and open the door again. After closing the door, click the Cycle Start button and observe that the 10 millimeter movement continues until it is completed. Click the Stop button to stop the spindle. Set the step size to 20 millimeters and the feed rate to 200 millimeters per minute. Then click the 0 button next to the X coordinate and the 0 button next to the Z coordinate. Observe that the coordinate values are displayed as 0. Click the X minus and Z minus buttons respectively, and observe that the coordinate values are displayed as minus 20 millimeters. Click the Go X0 button. Observe that the machine moves to the 0 point on the x-axis, and that the x-axis coordinate value is displayed as 0 again. Click the Go Z0 button. Observe that the machine moves to the 0 point on the z-axis, and that the z-axis coordinate value is displayed as 0 again. Click the Z minus and X plus buttons once respectively. Make sure that the X coordinate reads plus 20 millimeters and the Z coordinate reads minus 20 millimeters. Set the step size to 5 millimeters and click the X minus button once. Make sure that the X coordinate value reads plus 15 millimeters. Then click the Go XZ button and observe that both axes reach the 0 point at the same time. By clicking the magnifying glass icon in the upper left corner of the axis buttons, you can display the axis buttons in a larger view and make manual operation easier. Thank you for watching.